Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected.
Dixerbot says,
Welcome. Stream starts in 5 minutes.
Gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring. There's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow in this stream of knowledge. Together we'll grow.
T-minus 4 minutes.
Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected. I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring. There's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow in this stream of knowledge. Together we'll grow. Welcome to my stream, where knowledge reigns supreme. Calm and collected. I'm about to go live, you know what I mean. Got high expectations.
About to start, 1 minute left.
Gonna teach you something new. Learning, hacking, exploring. There's so much we can do. Feel the excitement as we dive into uncharted lands. New discoveries await in this digital wonderland. Together we'll unravel the secrets, unlock the code. No limits, no boundaries, no knowledge will explode. Welcome to my stream, where the fire of knowledge burns bright. Chat with me, let's embark on this journey of delight. From the basics to superpowers, we'll learn and grow in this stream of knowledge. Together we'll grow.
Welcome in, welcome in. It's almost strange when the music stops and I'm like, what happened? At least when I'm a bit tired. So today it's a late start because it's a late morning. I did stay up yesterday doing this stuff. Oh well, this is not finished at all. We're just going to do the first test run and see. I've not done it since I was going to, compile it on my Kali machine was the plan. So before we actually do that, let's see. I need to switch to the other screen. So I did change the title after I actually started. So also sign off not being all the way. So today we're doing thin bread like this with cheese. So I've just taken an easy morning today, or morning. I also got my 16-year-old. He brushed his teeth for reals last night, and that was long ago. So it's because he's autistic, so having a lot of problems with, wouldn't say odd stuff. For him, it's very hard to touch things since Corona. That's why. So we didn't want to touch his like toothbrush and toothpaste and stuff. But now we sold it, I hope, yesterday, like at 2. So it was not just me being late, not stopping when I should. I had one of the reason too. Oh, this cheese is kind of good. So, energy. And this bread is good. So, I guess we should actually start with the simpler one. What? I just created this file, new file, and it didn't ask. Now it asks. Was it because it assumed Python before? Because all the files are Python? Well. What did I do? I was just Control C. Apparently I missed. So. Never type if you can copy. Just copy some lines that are don't have any variables in them to type. Why do I do that? Well, oh, Why was I in here? I didn't notice that I wasn't in the C file. Then you're not to woke up. But I found the kind of same thing. So I kind of prefer Python syntax. Well, we want to... We'll copy also this, of course. I guess that we can make the end parenthesis without actually doing anything, right? So, without copying it. So, let's save this as test. Because I'm not sure I even have GCC, but I guess I do. Let's actually open a new one. So we have a fresh, not a box one. I'll eat one more bread. Should I do two? Let's keep going. Right, we should switch category. This is there. Oh, I forgot. Which I guess technically is science and technology, though, at least in my mind. So, unless it's gaming, maybe. Oh, I have more cheese. Oh no, that's enough. Wrong button. There. We have it at least. Alright. Let's go to the right. I just run GCC without options. Now I'm typing. Oh, where did I read that? I didn't read anywhere. My brain was just mistyping by itself. But I'm thinking I must have read like option somewhere. Why did I do that? I wasn't going for that at all. I was going to type help. When your fingers don't do what you thought you were, you know.
Tyronsluk says.
Boo.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
I I slept in a bit this morning. Cause I was kind of doing this too late.
Lucky you.
I didn't say I slept much.
Oh. Burning the candle at both ends. Almost.
Sometimes, you know, if you're doing something fun and you don't have to get up early. It was only for the stream I would have gotten up early, so I was like, nah. Sometime you need to be allowed to do that a bit, right? I sent a message to the Discord that I will be starting later than usual. I think at 4. And I would usually get up at like 6:30.
Yeah, I like to stay up, but my eyes start stinging if I am too tired.
I just have to sleep something, like at least 2-3 hours. But I am driving my kid to school later, so it's not like I can just be tired all day. So I had to make sure that I slept
I've not been
6
here
hours.
for a while. Work has been a bit busy.
Oh, yeah, welcome back. There. Now I have something in my tummy too. Let's close that. Right, so we used GCC kinda recently to, oh?
Yeah, I have to get up at 6:40 a.m. to help my son get ready for school. He leaves at 7, 20 meters.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough. Is it far to school or do they start really early? I guess they usually start at like 8 to 10 here. I remember starting 8 to 10 lots of times. That was long ago, you know. I think my kids had like more aid. I don't remember either. Because now they have school problems. So that's why
Bus
I'm
ride to
home.
school takes about 20 minutes. Gates open at 8 a.m., but starts at 8:30.
Okay. Okay. Then he has lots of time. Maybe it takes some time to get out to the bus.
He just likes to be there early, as the next bus would mean he gets there later, as the buses are every 20 minutes.
Okay, yeah, of course. And I guess 20 minutes, that means it's quite a bit to go. Not like you're walking or biking or something. The buses can go the most other ways too. What I was actually going to do was to look for something. So let's do that. Let's look for GCC.
Oh yeah, the school bus goes all around the houses.
Yeah. Here's a GCC file. So I think we only have for like library compiling, but we can just test stuff too. Didn't we have one of the normal ones in here? Anyway, we have the help more easily available. This is something when I shouldn't look at the notes. I should just Google, because it was long ago I did this, so I just compile GCC Oh. I should just try stuff, I know, but I'm too tired, I think. So I'm actually looking at the file how to. So, source file. Yeah, this is what I would have guessed. Because I know that O is the output file name. Okay. So, let's.
I've been
What did I
playing
call
Fallout
it?
76 again since the TV show came out for Fallout. Been really addicted to it, but have to go to bed so I can function the next day, lol.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why I don't play games, because they tend to like take time, and I don't think it's worth it. So I don't mind playing games, but it's mostly like sometimes I play a bit of mobile games, because that, you know, you might have to wait for something, and then it could be good too. So here we have the files. So let's just GCC.
Yeah, mobile
test.
games make you put the phone down.
What? Makes you not put it
Unless
down.
you are into playing 3 or 4 different games.
Oh, you mean that? Okay, it depends on what game it is. Some games, you know, where you have to
I mean,
wait.
you have to wait for things.
Yeah, but not all games. Not all games. There are lots of games where you don't.
Yeah, just some. I know.
But it's very annoying. They want you to buy like more points to do stuff, or buy speed ups or things like that. So if we just do this, what will it do with no O? Warning. Well, let's do the So this was a very basic one. What did I do? Should we say the language? Because I noticed that option. X. Just to, I think it was actually C++, so I would assume it would be CPP. So, GCC warning. Okay. So, X, C++. So at least we didn't get an error on that now. But it's nice that it warns that their arguments are in the wrong position. Okay, so undefined reference to. I guess I should actually look. So let's just nano it. Test dot CPP, and I don't remember what I did even. I just copied a few lines. So let's remove 2 of them to start with. So we just have one place to get error messages. Alright, you can't do that here. So let's actually get back to an actual editor where you can edit stuff. So we wanted to say test, right? And let's let's see here. Oh, I'm just googling basic example. Hello world. C++. That's what we're going for. So yeah, we're right, kinda. We have include IOStream. And we have int main. And we don't need these, of course, then, but we'll use them later. And then we have, is it this that doesn't work? Yeah, it wanted to return. So maybe it just was the return value. Because if we undo and just add return, return 0 and save it and tab, and I kind of assume we don't need this, it's just messy. And now we have lots of less messages. Undefined reference to SED C out. Why? So let's go to our friend GPT, because I'm like, I was a long time since I used C++. But since I realized that there's no Python on the machine, that I was like, well, I would like to have a tool that does this. Oh, I can make one. Let's do it in Python. And I was like, all right, the machine doesn't have Python. Oh, let's do it in C++ instead. So we'll see. We'll see if we get there, but it's a fun project. Trying to compile basic C++ program. Code. Error. So let's code and so this is very nice actually. This is a perfect thing to use the GPT for, because it's not new, it's old, and we don't even have to read the error. And it can analyze it for us. Okay, so I shouldn't be using GCC. I should be using G++. Okay. So that's why. That kinda tells us why. So, it was even longer since I did this, apparently. But I had a kind of memory of it, though. Well, last times I haven't used it, in Linux, C++. But I wanted to make it object-oriented. It was like, I started with C, but it was, it's annoying. I want my stuff there. So, let's see if it got executable. So we can run it. We just have to say it's in this directory. There. So it works.
Me back. Just home up the
Yeah.
washing roll.
Yeah. That's one thing to do while listening to interesting things. Also, I usually listen to books and stuff.
Grown-up jobs.
Yeah. When you do all those grown-up jobs like hanging the laundry, making food, then you can listen to podcasts. I have an app that's at voice. It reads any text file, PDF, ebooks, anything. It's very nice. And I did pay for it, but it's very cheap. And I think you got some functionality, but it works otherwise too. So very nice. So let's actually just try compiling the actual one. So tests here. So instead of tests, if we do the I don't even remember the name. I think I did NCP because it's supposed to be a simple network copy. So so we didn't get 1,000,000 errors. Did you forget to include? Yes, apparently.
I have a pillow speaker. I can play anything to it over Bluetooth from my phone. I usually just listen to chill music while going to sleep.
I just have a my phone. I have a holder that's attached to my bed with one of these grippy things, and then it's bent so I can attach both a tablet if I want to watch a movie or my phone this direction. So it's kind of big. And then I usually listen to an audiobook with a timer or a podcast with a timer. So, and I kind of fall asleep quickly if I listen to it. So, but I guess sometimes I set it to 50 minutes and then I'm like, didn't hear anything of it anyway. So maybe it's not useful. But in case you don't fall asleep at once. In case you don't go to bed at 4.
I wouldn't remember where I got to lol. A timer is a good idea.
Yeah, I can show you how it looks in my app. So I was listening to the Security Now one here, and there's just a sleep here. So I just click sleep, and then you set how many minutes, if you want 5, 15, 30, 60 minutes, or end of episode. Yeah, but that's okay, that's why I'm here and not just... I was thinking, do I want to do this more efficiently and not stream? Nah, let's be inefficient and have more fun. Right. I got a message. Someone was asking for the measurement of a table with drawers, the drawer size. But my mom wanted it. I asked her the other day, so it's not for sale anymore. We'll see if she might change her mind. Anyway, so that app is very good. Let's see, it's called... What's it called? Pocket Casts. Yeah, Pocket Casts. And the At Voice one, I can show you that one. Let's see.
He points to the fact that he has witnessed extensive efforts from...
So, some kind of book here, and it's nice and purple. So I can just click the settings and set a speed sleep timer here. I guess you can't see a thing. And then I just set the number of minutes here. And there's also a check mark for restart timer if device shakes. So, in case you're like, no, don't stop, I'm not asleep, you can just shake it. So that's kind of nice. But I'll finish this afterwards when we'll see, maybe it'll be continue tonight again. If I have lots of stuff to do. Anyway, let's continue. We were going to include this. I'm kind of sure I copied it, but let's make sure. And now it was this one. And I've used VS Code on my PC with Pretty, and I prefer it to do this syntax, because it's long. So I'll have to look into how to get it to do that, because it's kind of annoying when it keeps pulling them out like this. Yeah, annoying. So we need C string to actually, let's put it. Didn't I have C string? C string. Oh, no, we don't want C string. Let's see, what was the message? Okay, so we are using a C version. It's currently just getting some arguments, and it's not ever compiled, so there might be lots of errors. Like this one, I should not use a C function, but a C++ function to do this thing. So let's just ask. Well, we can continue. Oh, sorry. We can continue asking ChatGPT, but it's supposed to use like a netcat style of copying files. Simple thing where you don't have a real shell. You can't do like advanced copying. So, and you don't want to set up a FTP server just to copy files. So then you can just download a tiny thing and send. And the default is supposed to be like, you have to set, of course, the IP and port to the destination. There could be a default option for port, but I don't think it's worth it. It's easy to type just once. And then it either does recursively the directory or a directory you set or a file you set. That's the plan. So a simple but kind of useful sometimes thing. Because downloading files, you usually can do that, you know. Simple things. We'll see if it works. If it doesn't work, it might be useful sometimes at least. It's fun. That's the whole point of it, right? In C++. I hate how it does long replies like this. I just want one-liner. One-line reply. You can use std string and its member function compare to achieve similar functionality to strcmp. Because I'm thinking, let's do C++ if we're doing C++. Let's not do... Yeah, so it's just doing compare. So, string... So it's actually because the in is so it needs to be a string. So the reason we need this is not that we used C. It's because this is actually not a string, it's a char star, of course, but yeah, that's maybe we should just add it, because strcmp is kind of nice. We don't have to make a string of it. So let's Google, because sometimes it's just stupid. strcmp in C++.
To go love, you know what I mean. Got high expectations, gonna teach you so.
Well, it kinda died. So
You're back.
the VM kinda used too much resources, I think. I should get more memory for my computer, that's the thing. But also I shouldn't have a million tabs when streaming, because that's mostly the problem, I think. Let's see, what else do I have running that don't have to be? Oh, this is... I opened this like days ago. Also, let's press the activate button on the camera. We'll see if it wakes up. It was kind of black there, right? That's annoying. So let's see. Let's just close this one, because I know that Paint.net sometimes crashes stuff. And I don't have... Do I? No, I don't have Discord, because Discord is usually the bad guy here. So why? Let's just get that camera started. I'm just in studio mode, going to myself deactivate it. And let's activate it again. Come on, camera. I hate it when you like end up debugging something. So we need our VM. We don't need a million documents, PDFs open. So let's close it. Close all tabs. That's because I should be doing my taxes, I guess, now. So those were like stuff to add to my bookkeeping. Well, that should have cleared up some memory. And those are just... And that's actually for the taxes. And this is... Oh, this directory with the... C++ file. So, is there anything else? Yeah, we have lots of tabs. Lots of tabs. This is why I sometimes do the not very good things and just drag them down. Which one has the actual X? That one. So now we only have this one. I'm kind of thinking, let's get to see if it has any more big problems. I did in the editor actually add this before I realized what I was adding. So let's have C-string in there for now and see if we have any other big problems. I assume we have lots of bugs. So didn't I save it? I'm kind of used from Obsidian now not to have to save things. So that's odd. So we included the C-string. We saved it. It's the right file. That's the file I did. Yeah, now we got new ones. So, redefinition of class. Okay, so I have on line 10 and 208. So, what do we have on 208? And what's on 11? Oh, it's all in here twice. It's all in here twice, so it's just a copy bug. I pasted it twice. That can kind of cause a few problems. So after main here, we have a new word. I was like, what? I don't have anything double. So now it's much shorter and nicer. That was a nice bug. I've never had that one before. So saving it and running again. We could look at more errors, but I guess that was a few of them, right? Oh, this is kind of quiet. So far it's only been includes missing. I think it lists, if you just run it, it doesn't use the IP so far, but it checks the format of IP and port with regex, so. Well, let's check it. I'm kind of amazed if this just works like this. But it seems to, so. At least if you spell it right. And we need also. Yeah, and we didn't have any arguments. We got the usage information. So let's do ncp send, because that's when it lists the files. And let's do a bad IP address here. Oh my goodness. I guess you should, when you do something like this, you should, that's all good though, that there's no ncp command already in Kali. You know, I did Google, and I found some odd stuff, but nothing like even similar. So, incorrect IPv4 address format. So, if we do like 10, 10, 10, 10, and do bad input here, we get the incorrect port number. Good. So, what if everything just works so far? It seems to do that. So, what if we say like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? What error do we get then? Yes, because we're not checking actually. Apparently there's an error here that we're not checking before we try to get the file path. There's no... Yeah, right, there's a default file path. So I was thinking about this. The recursive iterator cannot open, because it's not a directory, it's a file, so we need to add this functionality to before we try listing the files. I was going to check into that. So this is where we're at in the coding. So it works so far as I've done it, which is very nice for just running it, and it was missing like 2 includes. 1 include and the code copied twice. I'm amazed. Well, so let's... Oh, but you're watching the wrong screen. That's annoying, and let's just remove the camera, because I don't have much time. I want to spend it debugging the camera. We can do a quick one more. Let's actually turn the camera off and on. So I'm trying to find the button. It's a DSLR, so now it's off. And that's why I don't have autofocus, because it's very audible. I don't want to have like noises all the time. But I'm kind of amazed that the compilation, that we didn't have any errors except for the...
Your cam didn't come back.
No. We'll see. I'm not focusing on that. So anyway, the first, let's see. First we need to add include string, so we did. And then we had it again. Then we had redefinition, that the code was actually twice in the file. And then it run. So I'm like, what? No errors? No semicolon missing? What? So we just have to continue with the code. Because this is going through and listening using this kind of cool recursive directive iterator. Cool thingy. But if it's a file, and I actually have already ifs for this. We just need to use them. So this is the enumerate files. using this recursive directory iterator. I'm thinking, first of all, we should have control and scroll wheel doesn't increase the size here, so what does? Also, we don't need to look at this, because it's not even the directory where we're in. So, I'm annoyed at the fact that I can't just control and scroll wheel. No, nothing. Can we do it with another key? No. So, settings. So, preferences, settings. I'm looking if there's something like editor. So, text editor. Code lens. Font size. Well, let's click font. By the way, I noticed yesterday, because I was testing both VS Code and Visual Studio on the PC, and so what if I click something else? Why is it like selected? Do I have to save this? Will I just exit this? And why is it no real? You know, it's okay, so it's a tab. So, is this okay? So let's again just, sorry for, I haven't used VS Code on this machine at all. So font, and let's do 20. Volume must be greater. Yeah, that's cute. So 6 font size. That would be cruel. So this should be visible on stream, right? So we can do stuff. Maybe we should get rid of this preview thing. There. So we can see it.
Niversa says, perfect font size.
Good, great, thank you. So then let's continue. So what I have so far, to try and not make the main like mega long, you know, that's always annoying to have a main that covers lots. I check the argument that is actually long enough for this, and then I have these set IP that actually checks if this is okay, and then it returns, you know, if it is or not. And I double checked like several times that if this fails, it won't do this, because otherwise it wouldn't be good. And it is like that, so it's supposed to work, and we saw it working too. And then we just output this, and then how the syntax is, and we return 1 in case anyone would ever want to have a return value when it errors. And we do it for the port too. And since the path doesn't actually have to be right, I can change this one now. We can change it to the same syntax as this, because I changed how it works kinda just before I fell asleep yesterday. So biggest problem being, where is the AND key on my keyboard? So let's remove this one, and let's see if this one has the pretty thingy. Nah, So we'll have to. Alright, then I could have had it my way. Oh, what happened now? I did page up by mistake, I think. There. So, 2 broad fingers. So anyway, if a file name, let's say check 4 instead, because it's okay not to have one here. So, once more, it's okay to not have one, so we can't do this. So what did I have before, really? Because I changed this, as I said, just before. And... yeah, so it's supposed to actually not... it's only returning if this is negative. Meaning the argument is not there, but we don't have an else for this, which returns, meaning we end up here, meaning the path is the default one. So how did I check this? I know I changed this just before stopping yesterday. So also we have a struct that's a file item, which has file name, path, and size. So we're going to list the files that we need to copy there into that. And then we're going to copy them one by one. And that's, you know, a vector of these. And then we have the IP, port, and path. And these are like common for the whole thing. And then this is nothing yet, but it's a constructor. I was going to add stuff there, but I don't think I might need to. We could just remove it, so it's kind of shorter and nicer. So this is the IP. It checks if it's an IP, and ChatGPT made this one for me, so I didn't have to. You should use the tool. So I don't know if it's optimized. I asked it for this one. Is that really the real length? Because it had a far longer one. And it said, oh, you're right, I'll make it shorter for you. So I guess I should read through these, but as long as they seem to work. Of course I'll have to read them. But not at 4 in the morning as I did it. So bool set part. Yeah, so it's this one is of course saying if this is not okay. It sets the IP if it's true, and if it's false, it just says bye-bye. And the same here with the port number. This one though is more complicated because it checks here if the current path as a third option here. If the current path is a directory, meaning if it should always be, you know, but just to make sure that nothing's off, I tend to try to be secure. And if it's not, well, it's returning false and hopping out of there. Yeah, and maybe we should have an else with error message. Current directory doesn't seem to be a directory. Wouldn't that be a nice error message? Let's add it. Because I like the logic of this. So we'll keep the same format even if it's not my preferred one. Or I will have to change them all again, and I did that once, and then I saved it in VS Code, and it poof. So if anyone happened to know how to just change the prettier thing to put these like that instead, Oh. Like this. Or this. I would prefer this, I think. Yeah. So, this is better. You save so many lines in the code. I don't know why Prettier prefers this. Anyway, it's not unpretty. Yeah, it kind of is. It kind of is. Though it's clear, there's a new line between here. Whatever. Sorry for just babbling constantly. So, yeah, so this one, if it's a file, it's regular file, then file name supplied, and maybe we should just output the name here too, as I do it here. And since we do this before, the reason I have it in using this is because I did have this in the main thing, and I made these private. I used a function to put it there, you know, this function actually. So this was after this function before. So now we can just use this path instead, which is nicer than using this, which is I guess it checks with the actual system, which it doesn't need to do twice because we have it in a variable now. And now we can also change these to the same syntax. So this is more like debug output, you know, than actually useful things. So let's add this bit to these. So, and if I'm sorry if I'm a mess at this. Oh, didn't we get the colon there? Then we'll have to type. We'll have to type a key that we didn't need to type. There. So, if it's a file, regular file, then save it. Though this is where we need to do something, or rather we'll do it where we read it again. We'll do this check. If it's a directory. Do you see the error that I do? Why is this here? Because I copied stuff.
Line 69,
yeah, so this is
can
wrong.
Current path not be a directory?
No, it shouldn't be able to. I'm just overly crazy secure. That's just how I do it. So, but these should be the path. This should just simply be path. And it's a string. So I've copied too much. That's a notch updated when I've copied. So both of these should be paths. So nice that I did look at this. It was mostly, you know, well, it's nice to go through it all too. So if path that we get is a regular file, we set it to path, the private here, and we also output it so that we have, this is debug output. So we didn't really need to do this if it's not debug. So we'll have to add some kind of debug thingy later. And like a verbose one maybe or something. And then this path, and then we check, and we just say it, and for this one it's checking if it's a directory instead. No, sorry, I'm just stupid. This is supposed to be file system, of course. It's my brain not totally being accustomed to these instead of dots. I am kind of preferring the dots. I don't realize why they mess stuff up, and also plus is so much prettier to look at than this. Yeah, don't you think? So this is just we don't do it on the string. We supply it here. So this is supposed to be the object. So that is correct. Here, that's what I was thinking I was replacing. That's why I did it. So it was correct. I was just stupid. Yeah, so now our error messages contain the path that we just set. So it's using nothing else but what we have just said, making sure that we can see if it was set correctly. And this one, we don't need anything but a message here. Because when it returns false, it will send... We could have this... Meaning we don't need this, because there's only one case where it returns false. So let's actually save those lines. It should never happen still. It should never be false, since no argument is approved. So let's just go down there to here and see set path. And it does the fourth argument in either a file or directory. Yeah, so I'm changing my mind again, because that's not a correct error message. That's why we have an if here, because there's actually supposed to be an else here. And this else is oh, why did I copy that line too? So and this is a funny error message. The current directory is not a directory. That's where you add a lol, right? Well, I don't know what you could possibly do to break the current path.
Else of line 75 will never run.
Yeah, and this will never run. Right. So if is directory. So this is supposed to be else if, and then we need to add, well, let's do a space to keep it the same. And then what we actually need here is the... I'm moving this back. And I'm fixing it over here instead, because we need the argv, argc one. So that's why I'm moving it, because I would have preferred to have it there. So we need an if here instead. So in here, and I don't like that syntax. Oh my. The look of this. Would
Line
prefer
69
it to...
is always true. Anything after that is ignored.
Are you... Let me do one thing at a time here. So if else. I'm not finished up there. And welcome in. So this is actually this again. This should never happen. This should never happen. So maybe we could have ignored it, but you know. Yeah, I'm wrong again. What? I think that I'm making too many changes at once. So I'll have to read through that. But you said line 69. Yes, it's always true. It's always supposed to be true. Because it's just if there's a bug in something. I don't assume there's no bugs. That's why I'm doing that. Okay? So this is supposed to be always true. But it might be buggy. And we might get the wrong thing from current path. So if current path is buggy, then we can handle it anyway. And we're going to also output what it is in that case. But now I have to go back to main. So don't keep saying things like that are intended like that. I know you might not have known that, but I said it just a second ago. So I don't want to repeat things. So this is what I was thinking. So if this is this is not really what I mean, right? Because this is wrong. What I want is I still want the 4, I guess. No, I want that to be incorporated into this read for security. So we'll parenthesis them and do an or, I guess. Or just, we don't have the F, just have the 4 here. And then parenthesis these. It's not supposed to be an if, really, is it? So where do we use it? We send it to set path. So in set path, oh my, it hops. So in set path, we assume this variable exists. And that's, you know what I said I did, I just added this part into here. And I'm thinking maybe I shouldn't have it in here. Maybe that's what, because it's not logical. This should be outside of here. Independent if it's always true or not. So I'll have to move stuff away. What's supposed to be here is what's down here. So don't talk now because I need to remember what I'm doing. So this bit, this else is supposed to be in there. So why did it scroll far up enough? Why do I have these empty ones? I should have removed them. Well, I shouldn't have made them before I use them because it's just much more scrolling than we need to. So here, if we paste this one here, and these annoying no, too much, because the Windows VS Code, it works differently there, which is annoying too, with it's kind of the same kind of the same thing, you know, it looks very similar, even if it's not the same. So now, now we assume we have a path and the argument is there. That's why we're going into the set path. I know. So we'll have two set paths. And just one of them have an argument. So that's nice. Nice and neat. And here we have the one where we don't have a path sent in. And let's see now. And this is the false one. So I'm going to move it again. I'm sorry if I'm hopping around. So else and then we return false. So it's just because I'm changing it how it's supposed to work, and added the new one there. So the else is the false. The false will exit the program, meaning it's supposed to return here, which is much more nice. So let's just move everything down and let's add these together again, because we can't try and read something that doesn't exist. That's not very nice. And this is not as the same the others are. So let's actually delete that one. We have so many lines here now. So if there is a path, there's an argument, we check if it's a path. If it's not an okay path, then we gave the error messages that the fourth argument is neither a file or a directory. And then we come to the possibility that we have, I mean, if we don't have these, let's see. So we don't go to some kind of else for these ifs. I'm just going to go through it. So if we have less than one argument, if we really have no argument, you know, we list the syntax. And then if we have more than, well, this is nicer, right? Should we have then like equals to 1? This is ugly. Well, let's leave it be for now. And then we have the if. Let's say it was just 2, you know, or 1. So let's output as a test. Let's see. Let's actually do it in the test one. We can quickly do test. Arg C, and this converts automatically, yeah, I think. C. And apparently it's nicer for memory, not having to convert stuff in other ways somehow. Well, whatever. So we're just typing here the argc. Of course we need a space there or we'll look kind of funny. And then we save it, and then we go back here and we do... Should I just type instead? It was kind of long ago there. Oh. It was too long ago. So, test. Test. So, I did something wrong. I'm not sure what. Of course, REC should always exist. And what's in my head is that the command itself is the first argument. But I want to know this, you know? So test was done right now, and if we run test, we don't get any output. That looks like a very odd thing to me. So if we undo the changes, meaning this, we save, we compile, and we, oh, it was a dot. So just Linux boring stuff, but I was thinking I should add it to the path. I should, I guess, because you would have to type it lots of times. So we're saving that, we're recompiling it, we're running it the correct way, and we get one argument, right? Because there's itself. And also I forgot the space here, not that it matters. So it counts itself, and that's what I was going to, you know, assume, but I want to know. So if we now do this, we get one. What? Didn't I save it? Yeah, so now we have the space there. I apparently didn't save it. Seems to not do all the control S's there. So if we now do this and do 1, 2, 3, we will get 4. So this is what I needed to confirm before messing up the code for this one. So let's close that options. We can close this too. Let's see. It's 12:24, and time passes quickly when I do things like this. So I'll have to go and check with my kid if he wants any more food, and also bring the cheese and butter down. Because we're leaving in an hour. Ines? one of my kids is kind of sleeping. The one I helped late, last night, of course. Oh right, I still have studio mode and no camera, so let's just turn off the camera. We don't need it. So was it? Oh yeah, I think it pops back on scene switches, which could be annoying. Let's see. Yeah, because I added it to streamer, but whatever. What else? So I have the door open so that I can hear if my kid actually gets his food. I'll have to remind him. Let's see. So for the send mode IP port, and we are looking at this now. And this is a separate thing from the next one. And if it's more or equal to 3, maybe we should have like less than 2. This should really be 1. So it's kind of, you know, it can never be 0 because it's itself. What do you think? Should I have equals to 1? So if it's just 1 argc, then it's our own command. And that could of course be anything if it's renamed, you know. Then it just lists the syntax, and if it's 3 or more, 4 or more, so we can assume that it's more than 1, meaning at least it's saying send or receive. But right now we're sure the first one is send, meaning we don't know if there's an IP and a port. So this one I was kind of thinking we'd actually do if it is 4, because it should be 4 then. And this is not an if, else if. And here we have an if, that's nothing, right? So this is the else. So let's just read now. If there are 4 arguments, we have an IP and a port but no file name. And if the rest of the arguments are wrong, we'll catch it over here. Or we'll do like else ifs on this. I'm not sure. We'll see. So if it is 4 arguments, I'm thinking, what if we do 10 arguments? Well, it will just ignore the rest, and that's okay. But this doesn't work with that. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. The command itself that it's sending, the IP, the port, and then the optional 5th argument. The 5th argument I'm just thinking. The 5th argument is optional, and if it's okay, maybe we should do else if it's not it failing out here, and then it will only do this bit anyway. Else no, because it could fail on the argument one. But if it's not 3, then it's not 4 either. Oh, I guess this is okay. It doesn't have to be totally perfect. We can make one like if there are more arguments than 5 too. So and I haven't made any comments. So if the current directory is not a directory, right, so we have the failing as a default for the others. Should we have that here too? That's what I'm thinking. It's just aesthetics. The current directory is not a directory. If this is not true, of course, meaning if it is a directory, we should add it to the path, do this, and else. And this is why we have it here. And I'm stupid, because we're actually going to use set path. Why didn't I think of that? So we're actually going to do this, or this. I just added the one up there. So we're doing this too. We're doing and this won't have any argument. And because of this bit is actually going over there. So, and if it fails, this is what happens, just as the other. So we have the same syntax. Same syntax, easy to read, right? So if we have 4 arguments, no more nor less, meaning it's supposed to be these 3, IP, port, and path. What did I say now? No, it's supposed to be 3 arguments. Oh right, I forgot the first one. I forgot the send. Send 1, 2, 3. And no? Yeah, the main command. The command itself. So then we go up here to the empty one. My god, the scrolling is kind of off. It's off. I'm going crazy. So we will return false here. false. I will start adding semicolons to my Python again now. Now you know why I will do that. You shouldn't mix languages. So let's put in this one afterward, since that's the way it's run. No, it's logical to have the one with no parameters first, right? That's logic. So if it's a directory, then it's okay to use it. If it's broken, it's broken, and we say false. We output this just as we do here. The only difference is that here we check this path, and here we use its own. We haven't even gotten to the next part yet. So I guess we should do more tests with the last argument. Yeah, let's add the test for a file too. So we're just going to do a simple thing, and that is to copy if it's a directory bit. Oh, let's not take that one. Let's take the one over here. This F. We copy this, and we're going to use the same thing over here because we put them both in the same variable. So when we're enumerating files, before we loop here, we're going to check this. And oh, well, let's do that and move this one to after the 4, and then we're going to I don't want to indent all that too much, so I'll do it automatically. And we're going to add the else, because if it's not a directory, it's a file. We know that much already. We have tested that. Even I can see that. We don't need to test it again. Oh god. I guess I'll have to do it myself. It's just annoying. No, too much. Yeah, not no, too much. It's even more. So, home, arrow up, indent, there, oops. So, there, now it's all indented correctly. So, if it's a directory, we're going to use recursive directory iterator. If it's not a directory, it's a file, and we're just going to add the file. So, we're going to copy this bit, and let's see, file item file. So is regular directory entry. Yeah, so we double check it here. Yeah, but I think this is better anyway. So let's add it here. And this darn not auto indenting. And that I go, you know, there. So the path now. So path is a file name here. Let's actually put it over there. And let's use the same. We just add the one file, of course. I'm just going to have to check what we actually doing. So entry path file name string. So entry over here is the file name. So if we just replace this with path, will it be happy then? So let's see. Path file name string, because we're getting the file name out of this path. Entry.path. And this is whatever this returns. And that might be some kind of special object. So I don't know what this is, just a string. And this won't work, of course. So I'm curious what will happen if we actually run this on a file name. If we could have the if here. If is regular file, this is what it does for the regular files from this. And it skips directories because it will be recursive anyway. That's what I'm assuming the output of this is. I guess I should actually look into it. So so I actually asked ChatGPT just here, and now we have the camera there, whatever. C++ get file name from path. I have to go check that on my kids again. It's been 15 minutes. 15, not 50. C++, you can extract the file name from given name using the file system library if you're using 17 or later. So so let's see, I think we already using it. I'm just scrolling up. Yeah, we're using file system and fsstd file system. We already have that, you know. So to go back down to our thingy, file path. So this is really what we need. This is just saving the string, and then we make it this. Yeah, so then we can use it the same way, because this is what it uses, the other thing. Because it also has the file name. So so fs path, and then this is just called path, and this is path ob. So path ob is created from path by this. meaning we will use this one here, and it should work the same. Oh, this is just bad pasting. Path in the middle of, and this should work too. Then file is the file item, and we put it in the list. And I don't know if that's the best way to do it, but we'll see if it works. Then we can see if we can optimize it. So then we also have file.filename use here. And it's good that we use these, because then we know that it's the right thing that's set. There. It will be so fun to see if this works now. Anyone have any suggestions or errors for me to? Did I leave any semicolons out? Did I do anything too much, too little parentheses? And I found one at once there. The newly added line didn't have a semicolon.
Alyriton says,
Hi, instead of file.filename equals, file.equals, you can make a file item constructor.
Yeah, good suggestion, but this works for now. But we can make it cuter with the we could make this
code will be
class.
filelist.pushback file item.
We can make this a class instead. I started this as C, and then I swapped over kinda quickly to C++. So that's why the struct. I'm thinking we should run this and test it before we make changes, because it should be working now. Except for errors that I kinda don't hope. I hope we don't have any errors. What do you think? Will we have errors? I guess that it's not worth it to actually arrow up all the way.
Struct equals class. The difference is that struct members are public by default.
Yeah, but you don't have classes in C, so that's why I don't like struct really, you know. I like object-oriented stuff. So, we got an error on the new bit we added. So maybe it's not it's the same as I thought. So, in member function, string error, invalid use of std file system. File name 115 and 116. I think, yeah, we need to remove the path bit, because it's not a path. So that was just me not actually thinking. Since it's already path, it needed to convert it. We don't. There. And thus getting the file size of the object. I would like to see how this looks. But it's a file system path.
You can make error highlighting in this code.
Okay. I should also install Prettier. I just started using it on my Kali machine yesterday, so it's unused. I would never have had the tiny file text size even for myself. So let's. I just pasted the code there. No, I did that this morning. So I just started it yesterday because of the Python files I got from a box. And then I thought, why not use it there? So let's save it. I'm like double saving it, but I noticed it was moving there. So now we had no other errors but those. That's nice with all of the changes we did. I guess we just test it first. Let's try no options. We get this is the usage. What do you think about having two usage like that? Because it's send and receive are the two big options, and they have totally different parameters afterwards. Because receive just needs support, you know. Maybe we should have a destination. And the default being the... We should add a destination here, right? Let's just add that already. So, where do I have that output? It's further down here. So here, I'm thinking let's just add destination path. There. Destination. And I need a stop zone, so maybe it's nice to stop at a working point too. We don't have to test run a string change.
It's very common. First parameter is a command that defines further parameters.
Yeah, okay, so it's okay to use it that way. Usage. So we could, of course, just recompile it and see what it looks like. It doesn't take that long. So now we have destination path there too.
OpenSLA uses the same scheme.
Okay, cool. Nice. Thank you. And this, the if file folder path is, if no file folder path is applied, the default is the current directory. That's also for both then now, because I was thinking it was kind of odd to have it below the receive, but now it's actually valid for both. So, let's see. Very simple thing, don't need a lot. So if we do 1 here, we will get this is... oh, we got the same one. So this is wrong. We should actually get another message here. Meaning we need to look at the code. So we're supposed to say that that's not a valid IP format, right? Okay, so maybe this is not a good way to go. So it was 3 or more, and it is not a valid IP. So why did it not work? Because for me this looks right. If it's not, if it's can't set it, it's because it's the wrong format. And it is there, the argument, then it should be this. So there must be a logic error here. You didn't write send. Thanks.
/ncp send.
I should read my own error message. Yeah. Maybe it's not bad that I'm going with my kid to school. But anyway, we got the same error anyway. So let's just try. It exited, but it didn't write the message.
Error message should be, choose send or receive.
Yeah. That could be the error message for the first one. Now, thank you. Let's add it. I'm annoyed at the slow scrolling here, and this is hard to drag. I don't know if you can see, but it's really laggy. So we could just do it on the Windows machine, because this is a VM that with limited resources, and that's might be me using this program is probably why the stream crashed. Too heavy stuff. So let's see here. Before this list syntax, we should add another message like this, and I didn't have any. So you're very correct to say this. Let's say you said, yeah. Well, I'll copy your choose send or receive there. So now let's not lose track of what I was doing. So for the IP, there's something wrong there. We get a string in that could be anything. We regex match it, and if it's an IP, we do this, and else we return false. And this looks right to me. So what is my error? Is it the regex that I don't know?
At the end, where else?
At the end, where else? Oh, you want to put... I have the error messages before the syntax information, if that's what you meant. Let's try and find the bug here, because this worked when we started stream, and I'll have to check on my kids. I'll do that now, because I have to leave in half an hour. Så Linus, du sitter och äter gubben. Linus, äter du? Ja, vad bra. Har du ätit? Linus?
You compare argv1 equals send, then argv1 equals receive and else wrong command.
baby. So, I guess I should keep turning that off. And I should fix my code in StreamerBot to check if it's... I'm doing this with Sammy and doing that with StreamerBot. So it's hard to have a comment setting. Anyway, let's see. What did you say? You compare RGB1 and then receive. So was it that I had? Yeah, and also here I have no informational extra message, right? So let's see. That could tell us where this actually ends up. Which is unknown mode. I guess that could be it. Oh. Send, receive. Else. So let's, I guess this is okay too, but I don't really see why that would change things. Let's just try it anyway, because it worked before. And I didn't change those F's that I'm aware of. The bright light there is annoying. So that worked. We got the right error message, right? No, we didn't. So I set the error message in the wrong place. Kinda.
Now it's wrong.
Yeah, it's wrong. So I guess we'll have to think. Well, we don't need this comment. This was from when we had tiny things.
First check
here.
arg equals 1 was okay.
Oh.
I confused you.
I didn't no, I didn't have, only had 1 equals. Of course it broke it. Thank you, that comment made me realize the error. We had 1 equals. I changed it to 1 equals. Very classic error. We had a real code error. Yay. And hopefully red cheeks. So if we don't set it to 1, then it works. Then it will actually do anything of the rest, and that's why it ended up at the bottom. Because, yeah. where actually just bad arguments should end up. So let's add...
Nigrissa says. Hi again.
Hi again. I did an if with equals 1 instead of equals 1. At least it's nice when you find the error, right? So we can actually have exactly the same here, because the message is you need to select one of these. And the only reason we do this one first is otherwise we would have to do these. So maybe we should do one of these instead. So we don't have to have... Did I cut it instead of copying it? Yes, I did. So why did I do that? Let's leave it this way and actually remove the first one, because when I did this one I had not started using this. So let's just add one of these here instead. And this is that's a logical structure too. So I was worried that it wouldn't always do this one first. So now we want to check if it's more than 2. More than or equal to 2. Then it runs this. And we can just remove all of this. So we have shorter code. And that's always nice. We only need to add this to the other one too. So I don't know if you think this is good, but I kind of think it's in the same structure as the rest. It's kind of logical. We don't need this, though. What's the prettiest? I guess we should have it there because we have the else. And we're not exiting out anywhere. So if this is finished, it will still not go into here. But it would run this if we didn't have the else's. So this is good. So mostly because it's the same structure now, all over. So that's easier to read, and that's what I'm going for easy readable code. That's even better than quick code, you know, because if you want to change stuff. So let's actually do this again, and this is kind of the last thing we do. Then do you have suggestions for someone? I'm always trying to raid on the subject. Is anyone doing C++ non-gaming coding on stream right now? So we get the correct error. We get the correct error anyway if we do 1.1.1.1, I guess. We do get an error message. And this is when we got into the file bit. So these are okay. This is an okay IP and port. Let's do a bad one first. So we get incorrect port number. And then if we do this horrible port thingy, it's just doing the false terminate call after throwing instance SD. File system error. File system error, recursive directory integrator, not open directory. So we have to check the ifs if we really exit for the file. Maybe I mangled it, like making it upside down, inside out. Oh, this scroll bar is so horrible. Here it is. So, yeah, it's not actually called path. It's called dir. That kind of mangles it, right? Let's use path everywhere, because it's better than dir. I was just trying to, you know... There we have path, and also the rest of it wouldn't work either. So, entry... I didn't find a better thing for this. But now... maybe... because I'm calling this file. So you can call this file too. I guess it's okay. The only thing is, do we use dir somewhere? That's just this. I don't think it's used anywhere else. Except for comments. So, let's... it would be kind of fun if we got it listing files before I have to run in like 5 minutes. Terminate call of the colon file system error. File system error. Cannot get file size. So we're progressing here. Path to directory. No such file directory. Path to directory. Oh, this is an example thing. Okay, that's the example. Where is that? Still in here somewhere. So let's...
Zanmashi says, yeah, you need to change the directory string.
Yeah, so I have an old bad test string from when I just started. So, yeah. I actually need to use the variable here instead. And we don't need to use a variable.
Oops.
Yes, oops. And instead of getting we're using its internal variable now instead, because this was from older times. So we don't actually have an input variable. Instead, we're using its internal path, meaning it will automatically be the right one because it's called path. So the recent change made this change easy. That's always nice, right? If you fix the bugs before you know they exist. We got it. It lists the files in the current directory. And let's say we supply another directory here. So
Lyraton says,
It works.
it works. So what path should we do? We can do my home Kali shells. And that didn't work. The fourth argument. Okay, so it doesn't read this as a okay path. I used backslash because I did a Windows machine yesterday. It was correct. It was a wrong path. And it still used the current directory, meaning we have a logic error. It approved the path, but it used the local one anyway. I do have to quit though. Last quick check on this. So when we set the path, we have two functions. This set path without arguments sets it to the path we had. This one with an argument sets it to whatever argument we have. So it seems like it actually runs the wrong one then. Meaning we might just start the wrong thing. And this is kind of overviewable domain now. It's not giant. It's not mega giant. So here we have the set path, and here we have, if we have more arguments, if we have the fourth one, then we want to send it to set path here. Let's actually, I guess this is good. I'm thinking adding a debug output. Fourth argument. Yeah, if this fails, we go here, and this is what we got. This is the error message we got when it was a bad path, meaning it really should go here for the right one too. I see. You know, this should be else if. That's the only problem. We just added an else, because we were overriding it with this. Nice! That was an easy fix too. I feel spoiled. Feeling spoiled. Still wrong. I don't trust the save. Save. We had errors before because it wasn't really being saved. Still same? Yeah. Yeah, it also says here, no file path input provided. Directory name supplied. So we get these both, it still runs both. It should just run one of these, not both. So it shouldn't run this one. Hard to quit here, but I have to leave. It's not like we're driving it half, but we have the plan to start preparing, you know, going to the bathroom and things for my kid. Yes, gubben!
Zanmashi says,
Jag kommer snart!
you think it's a good idea to see what the output of arg4 is?
We did. We had the output, it is correct. So the problem is the directory name is supplied, it is correct, but it overwrites it by starting the other one too. And it runs it afterwards. But I added the else here. I seriously don't have the time to continue, unfortunately. I'll have to continue next time. Tomorrow, that is. I might do a IRL test stream today, which is one reason I need to just change the name of the stream. I could do that on my phone, but let's just click there, and as long as I remember to restart OBS after, because well, it's just the chat, I guess, that's still connected to the raid channel. So the logic here, why does it enter this? Else if, because it always runs as if this is. But so if this doesn't fail, we should go to the else, right? And this if doesn't really have to have this bit, because it will always be entered from it having. No, it won't. If there are lower. No, we'll undo that. No, I don't have the time. I have to stop. I'll continue, I promise. This was interesting. Let's open, let's see, do I have any browsers around? So, we have not very many at this time. Well, let's... I know we just recently raided Keybind, but we can do him again, right? Let's see, I'm copying the name. It's coding and it's not gaming, so I'm pleased. So raid, though. Well, he has fewer people in there, so we'll do that, and I'll have to run. So thanks everybody for being here. Thanks for helping me realize problems like double equals in the comparison. That kind of broke it. Oh, what is he doing? Is he watching like videos?
It's reviving the info.
Oh, whatever. We don't have time to change anything anyway. So, have a great day everybody, and see you next time. And I'll be doing an IRL stream in like 40 minutes. Like 14:20 my time. So like it's almost an hour, because it's a half hour to drive there. Yeah. So thanks and bye bye. Jag kommer